The secret to creating content is not authenticity. I had to get that out really, really fast because I know you clicked on this video because you saw the title and you thought she's probably going to tell me this secret is authenticity. So let me click on this video to make sure that that's correct. And now you're finding out it's not authenticity. This video is not to say that authenticity is not essential, but it is only one element of creating effective content. And what do I mean by effective content? I mean content that turns into cash. And as a business owner, it is so essential that you know how to create effective content because it is your marketing. And I get it. The words are content creation. But the purpose of content is to show your audience, the people that you serve, that you can help them. It's to show them that you can get them a result or provide them a transformation. And when they see that, now they're going to go, oh, aha, this person can help me because you've been able to show them effectively through your content marketing. So if you're somebody who tends to overthink and just have so many ideas, but when it comes to actually creating a video and scripting it out or writing a blog post or a post on LinkedIn or Instagram or even Facebook, and you tend to freeze up, it's because you don't have this element that I'm going to share with you. This is why a framework doesn't work for you or a template doesn't work for you because this element is needed. But when I tell you this element, you're going to think, okay, Siobhan, that sounds dumb. That doesn't make any sense. I promise you, I'm going to help it make sense so that you start turning your content into cash. Here's the element. It is writing, but very specifically free writing. So what do I mean by that? I started free writing about a year and a half ago, and it has completely unlocked and transformed my business. My content has become way more effective. I had people not only telling me, hey, I'm really loving your content. It's really helping me see my problem differently. Things are clicking in my brain. But people were also reaching out to buy from me. I've also had people say, I want to work with you over someone else because your content is not just filled with memes on Instagram. You actually put out valuable content. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, I highly recommend that you do. I post a lot of insightful carousels and reels, and it really helps you grow your business. So follow me there. The link is in the description box. And so people have been able to choose to work with me because my content let them know that I can help them. So how do you start doing free writing? You start with a prompt, and the prompt is in the form of a question. So, for example, if I wanted to take this video idea, I could say, well, why is it that my audience struggles to write effective content? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to brain dump everything I know about that problem. And what I'm going to do is not control what I'm saying. I'm going to allow my thoughts to control my pen, and everything is just going to flow. Because here's the thing, you're really good at what you do. You're really smart. You're really knowledgeable. You've already served a lot of people. But when it comes to writing content, for some reason, you can't get how you think about it to connect into words that makes your audience want to buy from you. This is why free writing is so essential. And so I let my thoughts basically take over my pen and I write in every single angle that I could possibly think of. And I just let it all out. Now, the purpose of free writing is not to take everything you've written out and put it into a post, but it's to get everything that's inside of you out. It's to help you clarify your thinking. The people that you buy from, the reason you buy from them is because they have clarified thinking. And when we can clarify what we think, then that means we can write a better blog post. We can write better posts on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. We can show up better with our message to really demonstrate we can help someone. Because it does you no good to be really good at what you do, but no one knows about you. Because then you're great, but you're the best kept secret. And that's not fun to be the best kept secret because you want to help more people and serve more people and you want to make more money, which means you have to get better at articulating how you help people. You have to get better at communicating your ability to serve them. And so right now you've just been sharing your knowledge online, but your job is to connect the dots between your knowledge and your person's problem. your ideal client, your audience's problem, so that they can go, aha, this is how this person helps me. We have to make it really easy for people to understand what we do. If we do the work on the front end to help people understand what we do, that we can serve them, and we don't just tell them all the knowledge, that means that they don't have to figure out what we're saying. They don't have to decipher. Here's the thing with human beings. If something feels too hard, we're just not going to do it. Doesn't matter how smart you are. Doesn't even matter if you like to read. If you scroll across something on Instagram, Facebook, or any of the social platforms, and you start reading it and something just feels hard, you're scrolling by. You're not going to pay attention. If you're watching a YouTube video, it might be good, but maybe they're using really big words, or maybe they're not connecting the dots well enough for you. You're just going to scroll on by. You're going to click to the next video. But when we take the time to connect the dots for our audience and then present it to them, it's easy for them to know, oh yeah, this person can help me. I'm ready to buy. Where is the link? You're going to be able to turn your content into cash so much faster. It makes the sales process so much easier. People don't come with a lot of questions. They don't go, well, how many testimonials do you have? Or can you really help me? What about this? Or what about this? Because your content is able to answer all of that because of all the angles that you were able to come up with in your free writing. Can you tell I get really excited about this? It's so fun because it literally unlocked my thought process. And I've had people ask me, what have you been doing for the past year? I've noticed a shift in your content because I've always been helping and coaching people, but my content got better, which demonstrated my ability tenfold. And that's when more people started reaching out. And so I want the same thing for you. So free writing is your key, is your answer, because you have to have organized thoughts. Organized thoughts is what creates good content. So start with a prompt. So think right now of a question in the form of a problem that your audience has. And I want you to start just writing about that and just let the pen keep writing and writing and writing. And yes, I said pen. I don't type this out, nor do I have the notes app on my phone. I hand write in a notebook because there's something really magical about writing and taking what's in your brain and putting it on paper with writing. So there's no typing involved. I personally now have a remarkable, this is not a sponsored video by any means. I'll post a link in the description box for you to check it out, but it basically replaces notebooks and it has the look and feel of a like paper. And so this is the pen that it has. And I like it because now I don't have to buy notebooks upon notebooks because I could do pages of free writing and then I'm able to just put it all here. It comes with me and I could share screen from my laptop to here if I wanted to share something that I had written. So there's all kinds of things, but that's besides the point. I just wanted to share that. So I like the feel of being able to write because it's so much better than just typing. It really unlocks you. So I really want you to think about what are the problems that your audience has, phrase it in the form of a question, and then every day you write 5 to 10 minutes. And then what you realize is you start writing so much more. It ends up being 30 minutes you can just sit writing. And yeah, you might have a pause in your thought for a second, but you'll start to see what's inside of you. What this also does is it unlocks your belief in your capability to truly help someone. So, yes, you have belief in being able to help a person, but we also need to have levels of belief that's even more than what we have right now. That is conviction. Not just belief I can help somebody, but deep conviction that you can help somebody get a result. Writing helps you do that because you are going to show yourself tangible proof that you are capable of solving this problem for someone. And even if someone came with maybe a different issue than you had been able to solve in the past, your brain is going to be able to access the things that you have written when somebody is in front of you. Even if you've never dealt with that situation before, your brain very likely is going to be able to pull it out of you in one of your free writing sessions, and you'll be able to use it when you are working with your people. And so we have to learn how to think. One of my mentors says, most people don't think, they only think they think. I think it's such a funny statement because then you start to realize, well, that's why so many people are distracted. That's why when you sit down to write content, what do? You got to go to the bathroom, you need to go get water, you feel tired and sleepy. Your brain just automatically checks out because you have to put yourself in a position now to think because it's not just knowledge you're trying to put out there, it is truly making a connection so people know that you can help them. So, your knowledge is not why people buy. People buy because you have an ability to serve them and solve their problem. And so, to be able to demonstrate that ability, you have to be able to create pieces of content that demonstrates that. And there's no way around this. We're going into 2025. There is no way around trying to not make content. And so even if you're better at helping this person solve a problem, but somebody has better marketing than you, then your audience is going to choose that person because they have figured out their way and method of articulating it. The other thing too is you're going to change the energy of the words that you say in your voice, but also in the words if you like to write blogs. So people feel the energy of you before they hear you or even read what you've written. There's an essence that comes through when you're speaking or when you're writing that is so empowering as you're doing it, it translates to the person who's reading it or watching you. I'm sure that you have actually looked at people's content and thought to yourself, yeah, it doesn't do anything for you. But then you've looked at other people's content and you're so enthralled. You're like, man, this person's good. And you get so sucked in. You give them all of your attention because their stuff is so good. And when you're giving somebody more attention, guess what that means? That means now you're very likely to pay that person. So if you become the person that your audience is paying attention to, now they're going to want to pay you. So that means that you can't just be good at what you do. You got to be good at articulating and communicating what it is you do so that people can bookmark you in their brain as this person can help me. It's so, so, so essential. So make sure that you are connecting these dots. Here's what free writing also does. It helps to unlock different levels of awareness in your audience that you can speak to. So let's say that you're a mindset coach, for example, and you are speaking about scarcity. Now, if a person has no money and you're talking about scarcity, now you're like, maybe you are afraid to take risks. You think you're going to lose it all if you invest in yourself. That's scarcity mindset. But a person who makes $20,000 a month could also be experiencing scarcity because now they believe I might lose all the money that I've created. So that is scarcity, the same problem, but it's showing up differently in two different people, one with money, one without money. But when you free write, you're going to see that you're speaking to different levels of awareness of people. So it's clear for you to know your ideal client. Where are they on the awareness scale? Right? So something I firmly believe in is I believe energy matters. I believe that energy really speaks, right? People have a presence. Now, if somebody does not believe in energy, I don't want to speak to a person who doesn't already believe that, which means I'm not here to try to convince somebody to believe that energy matters. That's not my job. I'm here to help the person who knows that energy matters and there's something that feels off in their content that they're producing. And they're like, there's just something that's not really connecting. Something feels off here. And so they have an awareness around levels of embodiment within themselves. I'm speaking to that person. So when I free write in my content, or when I free write when I'm doing this exercise, now I'm able to see all of the ways that I could speak to my ideal person, my ideal audience, because my brain already has it in there. And now I take that piece that I've written and I create it into a piece of content that speaks to a certain awareness level. So I could speak to a person who is just getting started in creating content, or I could speak to a person who's already making decent amount of money, 20, 30, 50K a month, but I can share with them maybe 2 or 3 high-level tweaks that they can make in their content that's going to even get them more sales. And so now when I free write, I'm like, okay, am I speaking to this awareness person or this awareness person, right? You get to decide who you're speaking to. And I always say that depending on the platform that you're on, it's really important to grow your audience big, right? Grow your audience big so you have people at different awareness levels. And as you have people at different awareness levels, their buying readiness is going to be different as well. People that have higher levels of awareness are more likely to buy from you a lot faster the moment your content speaks to them because they're like, oh, this person can help me. Yes, sign up, send me the link. But somebody who's now tapping into this level of awareness, now they're kind of growing with you as you're sharing more content. And it could be 2, 3 months, could be 6 months, 7 months, could be a year, and they're ready to buy. But along the way, you've already been working with other buyers who have higher levels of awareness, right? So recognize that this just isn't about putting out content that is going to get a buyer. This is also about putting out content that's going to nurture people into the buying phase if they're not yet ready. And this is why it's important to speak to different levels of awareness. And you're going to know how to do that when you free write and you take a look at what you have written and you can see, aha, this area here that I've written, these couple of sentences, I can expand upon this in this way, or I can expand upon this in this way. You start making connections. This also will help you create more stories, create more analogies and metaphors, so you can connect the dots so much easier for your person. I was free writing the other day, and my whiteboard is right here, and I had a thought as I was free writing, but then I saw an image in my mind. And so I got on my whiteboard and I started drawing it out. And so now I'm going to create a video that tells you what this image is because I'm going to teach you a point. I'm going to teach you a concept that's going to help you change your business. It's going to help you build belief in yourself. It's going to help you use your voice better. But I'm using an image that came to me while I was free writing that I'm like, ooh, this is genius. It's so gold because it's going to help you understand why you might still be feeling stuck in certain areas of your business. So I trust that you can see the power of free writing. I did a virtual summit over the weekend where I talked about developing your identity in Christ. And as I was free writing for this summit, I actually saw another image in my mind. And so I drew that image on my Remarkable and I popped it into my Canva slide deck. And when I shared that image, the chat was blowing up. People were like, oh, this makes sense. I have chills. Why? Because they saw what I was saying. But that only came to me because I was free writing. And so it unlocks not only your creativity, but it unlocks your ability to put words to the things that you want to share with people that's going to help them solve a problem. And so I want you to see that these things come to you because you are in a flow. And when you can create that flow state, now the energy of how you're showing up also comes through. So content isn't hard. It's really just that your thoughts are not clear in a way that you can effectively market through your content. So I promise you this will make you more money. I'm getting so jazzed up in doing it. I do this a lot. I bring this thing around with me all the time. It's so light, it's easy to hold and carry, and no, this is not a sponsored video again, but I love it so much because it has honestly been the single most effective element of free writing. And now I have a way that I can do that all the time, and I can take this with me anywhere, and the battery lasts me like weeks. It's amazing. So start free writing today. Come back in 30 days in this video and let me know how this has gone for you, or what topic do you already know you're going to free write on. Comment below. Let me know. Share this video with somebody that you know will also find it helpful. Hold each other accountable to free writing every single day if you want to transform your business and turn your content into cash. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.